Yeah. That's the other McDonald's ain't doing it. They're doing like 6, 7, you know? Yeah.
Yellow
We're
blanket.
two there. We're two there. So let me get out of here.
Yes, take care. All right, have a good day.
Lunchtime, you know?
Yes,
You
yes.
know what way that guy went to?
Huh?
You know what way the guy went to that was saying somebody's scratching your booty?
That way.
Oh, he went this way?
That way.
You saw him, right?
I don't remember. I know he went that way.
It's a black guy? It's a black guy?
I'm not sure.
Well, you heard him say somebody's scratching your
Yeah, I
booty.
heard something like
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
So as I just left the bathroom, as I was about to enter the elevator, a black guy was walking in front and was saying, "Auntie, you're scratching your booty, auntie." So they always tell me the word auntie and stuff. You know, they say my mother's daughter, once they kill me, my mother's daughter is going to help them to put the money. So I believe it is walking with a black American gang that's affiliated with Eric Adams. There's a picture online of Eric Adams going to Rikers Island, giving the prisoners Popeyes. He threatened in a stage fight, you know, in the airport early this year. He was fighting with a white woman, and he was saying, with the white woman saying, "Just hit me in my face, Eric Adams, didn't you try to hit me in my face?" And Eric Adams was telling her, you know, don't make my broken side come out. Don't make my broken side come out. So since Eric Adams has become mayor, the black Americans punching me in my head when I'm sleeping, taunting me, you know, and it's been blocking me from getting justice. You know, I used to beg for money in front of this Brooklyn Borough President office. It was around 2019. And I noticed somebody stole my blanket. I normally call myself a different color blanket. So I started selling, and they gave me a white sheet. So I would put a white sheet on. It was so cold. I didn't know they were setting me up to make it look like I'm an African. I hate black Americans and to kill me and take the money for themselves. You know, so and soon the police came and arrested me. So anytime I go to the bathroom at the Quad Street station, I used to beg for money across the street from the borough president's office in 2019. You know, and I used to beg for money in front of the train station called Quad Street, and across the street is borough president's office. And I noticed, you know, they stole my blanket and replaced it with a white blanket. So, you know, I'm from Nigeria, so I will cover myself with the white blanket because they stole my blanket from other countries. So I didn't know that means KKK. And I'll be begging for money. And soon after that, they will send the police to try to arrest me in the bathroom. And I'll go in front of Eric Adams' office I said, no, NYPD, stop discriminating against Nigerians like me. I said it's like 2019, and a Nigerian just became mayor in Ohio. I said in Iowa, they're letting undocumented immigrants have driver's license. I said, please accept us immigrants. And soon, the police had someone to slap me at the back of my head on Berridge Avenue and 4th Avenue, you know, on July 23, 2019. Prior to that, you know, at that station, there were some black Americans to spit at me and be punching me and stuff. And at the Berridge station, train station, yeah, I never got for money outside that station. You know, and I know there was a black there was this black police officer. She was watching the black American kids punching people, and she had an African name, but she sounds like she was born in America. So I was like, Miss, why aren't you helping me? There are black American kids spitting on me in 2018 in the train station, Berridge in Brooklyn, Alton. They're like, punching me, beating me, you know. I was like, yeah, I intentionally didn't help you. We don't want you here in Brooklyn. Go back to where you came from. I'm like, is this an African woman telling me as a Nigerian to go back to where I came from? So I called 911 right away. I said, it's kind of weird. The black American kids beat me up, and the black African woman working for the NYPD said, go back to where you came from. And the guy, they transferred me to the Internal Affairs Bureau of the NYPD. And the black American guy that was answering the phone was hanging up on me, and he was telling me he doesn't understand my English. You know, and soon I kept going back to that place because I was like, okay, you know, doesn't even make no sense. I just thought he was just trying to scare me, and nothing will happen to me. So I went back to that Berridge Avenue, and they sent a guy to slap me as I was looking for money outside the police station. And the police came and knocked me down, and you know, and they put me in handcuffs, put me in an ambulance. You know, they tried to make it look like I was fighting the guy. The guy came and slapped me, the police came and was and they took all my belongings away. I had my green card, I had thousands of dollars in my bag, and they robbed me. And I didn't know who sent it to rob me. They went and locked me in NYU Psychiatric Hospital. Until Eric Adams started boasting about it. Weeks later, he said, all of you outsiders, go back to Ohio, go back to Iowa. Said New York is for real New Yorkers like that a generation is strongly as being for generation. So we're not going to welcome you. You know, so it was Eric Adams that sent the police and the black American dogs to slap me and beating me. And then the police told me I stole my green card and everything. So they arrested me in July 2019, and Eric Adams made a speech weeks later on January 20, 2020. I think it was in Reverend Al Sharpton's office in Harlem. You know, say you go back to Ohio, you go back to, that speech is online. Say you go back to Ohio, you go back to Iowa. So we're not going to welcome you outsiders that want to come here and want us to welcome you. Our families have been here for generations. You know, so a British newspaper called The Guardian interviewed him. Say, your statement sounds very genocidal. And he said, you know, so we're tired of all these outsiders. And he told the British newspaper, so we're tired of all these outsiders that come here and don't want to break bread with us. You know, and since then, a guy told me that they lock up all the bathrooms to the train station soon after Eric Adams said that. So these outsiders need to break bread with us. So they want to come. At that time, I was soon there NYPD for taking my home. And I noticed all the lawyers here in America wouldn't help me. I would be gone and black American was helping me, and the when I took him there. You know, I was trying to sue U.S. immigration also, because they arrested me wrongfully when I was a child. I was born a boy, I'm now a girl, you know. So they arrested me wrongfully as a child. You know, and I noticed the lawyers in America wouldn't help me, nobody would help me. So I was on my own trying to file this lawsuit, and I wasn't getting anywhere. The kid that was helping me. You know, and until this time, Eric Adams says, we're tired of all you outsiders that come here and try to get ahead of us and don't want to break bread with us. And then they lock up all the, as soon as he said that, they lock up all the bathroom in the train station. In 2020, I'm from Nigeria. I couldn't find anywhere to go to the bathroom, so I'll be begging people on the train. Can I come to your house to use the bathroom? Please, can I come to your, and people would just walk away from me. Then 2 hours later, the guy showed up. So I could come to his house to use the bathroom. I was like, thank you, sir. When we got to his house, he told me he wants to get married right away. I'm like, okay, sir, I came to use the bathroom. I'm not trying to get married. And he beat me up and raped me and told me if I ever called the police would throw me out. And he said he's connected with the police. He told me the police would kill me on the street. And he had me hostage for 7 days in his house. I eventually called the police, and the police came and met me in the Bronx. You know, and they saw my face was bloody, and they kicked me out. They didn't arrest him. You know, so this is what is going on. You know, so please, and recently, Eric Adams, I saw his picture on Instagram like yesterday. He went to Rikers Island prison and was handing out Popeye. So he had a fight with a white woman at the airport. I think it was threatening me. You know, because I used to tell people part of my family is white from Ireland. One of my last names is McCarthy. And some of the Irish people went to Nigeria during colonialism. And so I descended from some of these Irish people that mixed with Nigerians. So one of my last names is McCarthy. So Eric Adams to taunt me, I'm obviously dark skinned. You know, so I was a boy, now I'm a girl. So Eric Adams this year was fighting with a white lady in the airport. And the white lady was, you know, it was a stage fight. They set that fight up, you know, just to threaten me. And the white lady was saying, Eric Adams, you know how to punch people in the head. And the white lady said, punch me, Eric Adams. And Eric Adams told the white lady, you're going to make my broken side come after you. You're going to, you know, and since then, people have been trying to punch me. And then, you know, anytime I go to the bathroom, the police will come and arrest me. They'll say somebody said I stole something, you know, and people start saying good morning. Because to make fun of me, I go to a Nigerian church, and in 2015, the pastor Joshua said it's going to be a good morning for everybody that's a member of that church. He put it on YouTube. He said blessings will happen. So if somebody dies, just say good morning, and the person will wake back up. My mother died in 2015. She didn't wake back up. Sometimes they're talking like that, saying good morning. You know, so it's what's going on. My life is not safe. So I just went to the bathroom, from the bathroom. As I was entering the train, you know, I felt a little itch. So I was itching my backside as I was entering the elevator. I know there was a black American following me. I said, Auntie, stop scratching your booty, Auntie. You know, and the camera was recording. So like this guy said he saw him, I believe there's a camera here that was recording him. I didn't see, but yeah, there's a camera right there. So please, MTA Inspector General, I'm the black person and I'm being jumped in the train station. The police joins in and arrests me all the time, especially the arrested on campus on November 14, 2025. So MTA Inspector General, you have to help me. All the prosecutors are not helping me. And there's your prosecutors, the Brooklyn DA and the Manhattan DA, they are joining in with Trump that's calling immigrants illegals. When I came here, I was arrested by the immigration. They said I didn't come here with the right visa, that people with green card like my mother are not supposed to bring their children. So now this Trump, his administration is invoking xenophobia. So a lot of your prosecutors believe they can join in and abuse immigrants and not get us justice. They say there's a section of law called restorative justice. If you feel somebody doesn't deserve to be in America, you can join with criminals to block them. This is genocidal. Immigration courts are the ones that are supposed to hear immigration cases, and they're trying to get me killed because of my citizenship status. And I noticed you, MTA Inspector General, you're not helping me. When I try to use the bathroom in London Railroad, Brooklyn, the police are running me also. So I said, don't dirty up my bathroom, don't dirty up my bathroom. And the Jamaican one was sitting in front of me. Said, those Africans, they stink. So anywhere I go, your police are jumping me. When I try to use the bathroom in London Railroad, in Manhattan, the police will come and remove me, say I stink. So, and if I was saying Buddhist culture, so this American is inciting police to attack foreigners like me, saying we have to marry their black Americans and create children with them, so they can help any lost money I'm about to win. And the black American guy is telling me they're going to kill me and lie that I adopted their children to get into an hotel. So my mother was also telling me that I was talking to the black American guy. As my mother was trying to see immigration, I got to follow Florida in America. And one phone call to Nigeria. So she's some people with dirty guys in Nigeria. So they were trying to kill me and my mother early. Frame of us was crazy. My mother said the address was drugging her with like synthetic marijuana or counterfeit poison. So my mother fled Pennsylvania, but she was temporarily staying with the drugs after they put her out my mother's home. And she came back to New York, Bellevue Hospital. Thinking she has escaped the door. 2 days later, the door showed up in the hospital. And my mother was wondering, how did the door find out what she was in? And it's against American law for you to interfere with a patient being trained in the hospital, for you to access the medical records without their permission. And they were able to locate my mother without my mother telling them what she was doing. And they told us to lock my mother. My mother said the door was starting to fight with her. And the Jamaican woman, nurse, also joined in. I was listening to on the phone with my mother at Jamaica. My mother was saying Jamaica nurse that she's bed. My mother was bedbound, strapped with all kinds of machines due to the heart attack she was having. And they told the Jamaican nurse to help her move from one side of the bed to another. That she's in pain. And the Jamaican nurse, I'm going to be good. I'm going to leave in that pain. Nobody's going to help you. So my mother said she's going to report the Jamaican nurse to the health department. That this is cruelty, this is torture. And within 2 days, they told me my mother is dead. And how did she die? They told me, we were trying to lock up in the psych ward and ran over power of the control. So how do you remove somebody that's having heart problems and go and lock them up in the psych ward? My mother wasn't crazy, so we were just trying to find out. So my mother was saying her daughters was telling the hospital to lock my mother up, and the hospital was using the staff member to be harassing my mother so they can lock her up and claim she's hostile to them. And my mother wasn't hostile to them. So they're setting up Africans like me. They'll start a fight with you, get you angry, and have the police arrest you. So this African says it was the former president of the Black American Police Officers Association. So they're hiring all kinds of stuff. That was the day I was downstairs, and this Black American guy was playing his music loud on this. It was huger than me, and it was coming towards me. I said, trips to DR, trips to, what we're about. And he kept coming around me like that. Like it's all punching as I was downstairs. I normally go on Instagram and stuff. And I always look at pictures of naked men on Instagram and stuff. So they don't like me looking at pictures of naked men on my video, on my phone. They say they're going to kill me. And to show me, they're going to try to make me look like I'm straight. So they're going to claim, I was, telling women to create children for me. I said they really hope they can put me in a psychiatric ward and steal my sperm. They said I was a lady in a nursing home in Florida Our mother said when she went to the nursing home, she was white. After like 30 years in the nursing home, one day they told her her daughter just gave birth. And the mother was wondering, this woman has been in the nursing home for 30 years, comatose. How did you give birth 30 years later? They said she must have come in pregnant 30 years ago. So our mother asked for the DNA, and we found out the baby was the child of the male nurse that was taking the Black American male nurse. So the mother was able to get the police to arrest the daughter. So they say, when they put you in confinement, whether nursing or mental ward, even in Oklahoma, there's an organization called Oklahoma Disability Law Center. They're saying, they beat up the people in mental homes in Oklahoma. The workers there will start a fight, break their skull. And it's always hard to get the jury to complete these workers. So once they're diagnosed as crazy in America, the court and the jury won't believe you as victims. The workers will start over there. So I think they're trying to lock me up in the mental home and rape me, take my sperm, and while I'm locked up and kill me there. So this is why anytime I'm using Instagram and I'm watching naked pictures of men on Instagram, they're trying to tell me they don't want me to have any record of me being gay. So they want to be able to kill me, lock me up somewhere and steal my sperm and give it to Black American women so they decide they're going to get their revenge for slavery. So so they're trying to, for their crime, they're trying to present me as a straight person. I'm not straight, I'm gay, I was born by my girl. So this is an extortion, racketeering, whereby they're using guns to kidnap me. Last year I went to the bathroom and the police surrounded me. I just posted a video on YouTube. Say his friend was arrested for rape. His friend worked at one police plaza. Say he raped a woman. They raped a woman anally and left the condom on the floor. So I was posting it on YouTube. As soon as I went to the bathroom, the police surrounded me. So they come there to arrest us. So what did I do? They won't tell me. I think that I have the right to know why you're arresting me. It's a murder investigation. And they slammed me on the floor and put me on handcuffs. And stole my phone, and that's when they finally admitted that they were looking for a stolen phone. And I was like, and then the Black American called them. I said, look, I've been contacting a police commissioner for many years. The Black Americans are very jumping me. As I was talking to them, they want to hear that from me. I'm like, how do you come to investigate a crime? And you don't want to hear my side of the story. So they said they're relying on restorative justice and legal method, whereby if they feel you're in America without the right paperwork, even though I went to the immigration person and the court finally gave him a green card 8 years later after they arrested me. They said they're relying on some restorative justice, whether your police, and this I regard them, and the district attorney in Brooklyn, Gonzalez, and Manhattan, Avenberg, and the one in Queens, Melinda Carr. I said they're also going to get their revenge on people like me coming here and having an immigration problem. Because the court already gave me an immigration paper. So they're forming a gang. So I start and steal, and if they steal my green card, my mother said they stole a U.S. passport. Another African, from Senegal, he said, as soon as they started talking with me, they robbed him of his green card and passport. So your district attorney with your police are robbing immigrants. And there was a Spanish guy, they used to send Black Americans to beat me up in front of the Target store on Atlantic Avenue near the Barclays Stadium, basketball stadium. And I'll call the police, and the police wouldn't help me. The Black Americans would punch me, pick me up, and if I run into a store, they would smash the store window. And with the metro party, they're going to avenge, say we Africans should have just slavery. And the store owner will call 911. This was in 2021, around December. And the police won't give me or the store owner police report. And the Black American kids kept beating me up, punching me everywhere. Then they said that teenage gang went and beat up a guy, a Spanish guy that was, I guess they assumed it was an individual, because at that time, 2024, Eric Adams was saying the foreigners have come to destroy New York economy. I said a Black American guy, park worker, shoot a Venezuelan immigrant that used to come to the Brooklyn Park, shoot him dead. And then a Spanish guy, Michael Hernandez, in 2024 was sitting in front of the Atlantic Avenue Target store near the stadium, basketball stadium, across the street. I said some teenage guy surrounded this Black American, this Spanish guy, and stabbed him dead. And it comes to find out it was an American, it wasn't even a foreigner. He was an American named Michael Hernandez. So in the process of trying to kill immigrants like me, say we are invaders, they killed a Puerto Rican also in 2024. So they're forming a gang, so they're going to be beating us foreigners. My mother has been killed, and another African like me has been killed as a story. My brother, everybody is connected with this gang. Last night I was on Instagram, and I saw a picture of him. He wasn't dressed like a mayor, he was dressed like a street cop. He was wearing winter boots, and he had his jacket on, and he was in Rikers Island prison, handing out Popeyes. I guess he's telling the civilian guy and the police guy to set this person up and come lock them up Rikers Island. So when they arrested me last year, November, and they lied that I stole a cell phone. They didn't find no cell phone, but they said I was too angry, and that's why they arrested me. I was obstructing the investigation because I was angry. I said, you came to arrest me, you didn't tell me what I did wrong. I said, you set me up to be angry, and they arrested me for being angry. And there's no law that says you can arrest somebody for being angry. And so I wasn't able to make it to court because they were engaging in all kinds of provocation. The cart I had, they smashed it into pieces. So I had all these bags, but no cart to go to court with. My cart was smashed into pieces. And I didn't have enough money to buy a new cart. So they obstructed me from getting this outside. I believe they have an arrest warrant out on me. So in order to execute that arrest warrant, so since they have the arrest warrant out on me, all throughout this they've been telling me Happy New Year, Happy New Year, they've been laughing. So they sent that Rikers Island, they will torture me some more. So they arrested me wrongfully, and I couldn't go to court because the police smashed my other car to pieces. So I didn't have anywhere to put my belongings. I didn't have money for many, many days to buy a new car. So they're robbing me, arresting me. So please, if you're watching my video, please go to my cash app. And while you're homeless, I'm looking for a non-conditional charitable donation to my cash app or student loan to my cash app. And while you're homeless, I'm not looking for marriage with anyone. I'm not looking for surrogacy with anyone. I'm good, I'm not scared, and I'm not even looking for love with anyone, whether it's male or anybody. And I solemnly swear in United States of Jesus and other relevant U.S. Constitution that what I'm saying is true to my knowledge and remembrance and belief. And in case I die and killed, no family member or friends should inherit anything from my state or administer my state. Only civil actions like me that haven't denied me of the past should administer my state and get justice for me and my late mother. And donate the rest of my estate in charitable financial donation to immigrants, people serving in a program like me and my late mother, and people being deported by 20% from school. Nobody should make a movie about me unless I'm alive to purchase that movie. People tell me they're going to have the police come in and arrest people and make a movie. So nobody should make a movie about me unless I'm alive and well to participate that movie and direct that movie and market it later. Like when the immigration arrested me, I told them, I'm introverted. They asked if I have family member because my father was supposed to abuse me in Nigeria. So I said I didn't want to be sent off to jail. So they told me, did I tell my family member while he was abusing me? I said no. They asked me why didn't I tell anybody one person was abusing me. I said because I'm introverted. I don't really talk about my life unless I'm under real arrest or my life is a bit threatened in the America. That's what I'm talking about it. So please, my family member and any friend wouldn't know about my personal life. I don't really talk about my personal life. Like I told the immigration that I'm introverted. I don't really talk about my personal life with anybody. Except with a few exceptions like now, I'm more than the rest of talking about it. People are trying to kill me. So my A number is 7795462. I even took my mother and everybody to tell me. So you gotta keep talking about your life to people before they were both killed. They say you've been fighting for so long, and you suffered so much. But if people don't know, they will not help you. So it's based on every Ghana and all these people. And also myself, I decided I'm grown up now. I need to start talking to people. So people from my past wouldn't really know anything about me. So, and anything they would know will be based on things I say on my recordings. I don't want anyone to make a movie about me behind my back. I don't trust anyone to represent me accurately. I want to be involved in any movie and direct it and be allowed to promote it. I'm very proud of my image like that. When you get some call 7795462, you can find out about my life. So what's going on in America is so wrong that nobody will help us and the prosecutors and the police are joined together, so they're going to be killing immigrants because we are border invaders and they are taking a lead from this Trump administration. They say the State of the Union speech said it's going to prioritize American rights for the so my mother was screaming, but she came here for Canada. Because they told me that visa also. So, so I got to research everything, even though my mother calling to become a US citizen. And they're going to back to people's past records. And they give me those illegals, the feds don't help me. I'm reaching out to the Biden administration and stuff to investigate all this. So, so please go to my cash app, NYC homeless, non-conditional charge of donation, or student loan with interest rate similar to the one U.S. government charges students in America, or commercial bank charges to New York City for student loan, college student loan. Whichever is lesser, I don't want to be priced out. And also, so I'm not looking for surrogacy. I'm single or married. I've never been married before. I don't have a child or children. I've never had a child or children. So the black Americans, they're going to make me suffer, so they can then kill me and claim steal my sperm or claim I adopted a child or children and then get the highest compensation. They keep sending people, so they're going to make it quiet, keep crying online. So they believe this is, they're going for the fraud, they're trying to sue the fraud United States taxpayers' money. So they believe new recording this like the outcome, because they can just go find another gang and claim, I guess they believe they can still succeed with their lie, and that gang would also lie and say, yeah, it's a gang bothering that person, but we're not the gang bothering that person, it's different gang. And it's the first time I tried to learn to secret friendship. So I said, no, I don't trust anyone to befriend me. I tell them just put money in my cash app or to give me money as I'm begging for money on the street or anywhere I'm begging for money. I'm not going home with you. I'm not looking for friendship with anyone. I'm not looking for membership with any culture gang. So there are people that try to lure me to the house and whatever. There's a guy online. His name is Alan. He's a black American young player. And he's been posting messages on his Instagram and saying, it's good to have a secret friend nobody knows about. I don't want to be killed or die and that somebody would not come out. I was in a secret relationship with them and I agreed to everything I don't agree to. No. So if anybody's claiming, all the statement I made under perjury, there is a lie, this bitch arrest the person for attempt to perjure. Everything, I summoned the United States perjury laws and other relevant of this position. Everything I'm saying is just true to my belief and knowledge and my remembrance. And I'm not looking for surrogacy, I'm not looking for marriage, I'm looking for membership benefits of God, whether sexual, sexual, or religious. And they always try to attack me in the morning, be saying good morning. I'm not part of, they say there's a gang also, they call it Ghetto Lottery. They're set up on fake accident to shoot in New York. I'm not the one telling people to tell the police to kill me so that they can get money from my dad. I'm not part of any religious gang. I enter the street with the like this. And the Attorney General introduced Islam people, which is also part of the restorative justice gang that believe immigrants that have visa issues should be killed or harmed, and the money should go to American citizens. So that initiative doesn't help him. And on WBC Radio, they keep saying restorative justice is needed. That some of these people think they can get away with, coming here. So WBC Radio, the owner, Cas Martinez, is friends with Trump. It's illegal for anybody to go outside of the law, outside of the court, to arbitrarily and summarily be deciding how they're going to, abuse people and steal their property. So you being an American citizen doesn't make you above other people. So their police and their district attorney, they're forming a gang. They say we foreigners that have had immigration issues in the past, they're going to find a way to rob us. See that we are border thieves. So they've killed my mother, killed someone helping me at Regana. They're getting me robbed every day, calling me booty scratcher. So this is crazy. Nobody should be killed for the immigration charge. I was arrested by immigration when I was a child. So your Congress has investigated, even the Congress people, they don't answer the content charge to me. It makes it so hard to concentrate on the position website. So you have to print out the form, sign it, and upload the form. So I concentrate on this and doesn't respond. So I don't know what's going on, with the U.S. senators and U.S. Congress people. I've reached out to, even when I was having my immigration case, I used to reach out to him also. But Hillary Clinton replied me. Like 20 years ago, I told her my mother had a heart problem. And she just told me to continue working with the immigration court to get my status. There was a private green card they could have given me. The Congress can give you your own green card. If your case is changed. I don't know you in the street. Some people be biting to me, photobombing me. I don't know if they're trying to push his friend. I don't know her. She's been waving at me, surrounding me. I don't know. I'm on the phone. You know, so and it's against the law to eavesdrop on someone on the phone. You guys are coming outside. And deserve privacy. I don't know who's hiring all these people. If they're working as civilian mob for the police, they always try to get me to fight me in the bathroom. I have diarrhea. They always try to, and the police is removing the locks from the toilet in the Jamaica station, East Train, Jamaica, even here outside the ferry room, breaking the locks. They said they want to be able to get in and get people out. You know, like can't be very people's privacy. Some of us have diarrhea. We need enough time to use the bathroom. Anybody using the bathroom is doing drugs. They want to be able to get in, and they send me their mom. Try to stop me. I just go to the bathroom. Anytime I use the bathroom, they stop me, surround me, try to stop going to me. That is that's like an attempted rape. They said there are people that are into scot play. They said even R. Kelly was arrested for something like that. Say he always makes his people shit on themselves. So they scam from using the bathroom. Anywhere I use the bathroom, they start making fun of me, and I'm afraid to use the bathroom again. So they say some people get sexual joy from making you shit in your pants. I have diarrhea, and they know sometimes when I use the bathroom, I have to go back again. And before I can go back again, they'll be harassing me. You know, so under New York law, they've updated the law that if you're forcefully manipulating someone's sexual organs, like the anus, without their consent, is rape. You know, I don't know if me should stop bothering me. So they don't give me enough time to use the bathroom, they always bother me in the bathroom after that. I just come out the bathroom, you know, square. So they're forcefully manipulating my anus, which is a sexual organ, that is rape. They say some people enjoy, they call it scot play, kid play, making you do it all over yourself. So some people like to be messy. It turns them on. When you smell like doo-doo and stuff, so they're forcefully trying to get me to mess up my pants. They said your police officer raped an Asian called, what's his name? You know, Abdul Wima. They said they arrested him in Brooklyn, and while he was using the bathroom, they went there with a broomstick and was sodomizing him, injured his anus, and left his anus bloody. So some people enjoy, you know, torture and pain, and making you smell like doo-doo. So they're police and always come to the bathroom, don't let me wipe it when you finish. There's some people love it when you smell like doo-doo, it turns them on. You know, they like the smell of anus. So this is rape, this is attempted genocide, suicide. This is what I'm going to in America. They're trying to force me to smell like doo-doo. They hide the tissue. I'm using my money to buy tissue, my own tissue. I'm using my money to buy soap. They hide this, and because this soap smells good, the Target store stops carrying it. A lot of the stuff in America, they don't really put fragrance in it. They say people are allergic to fragrance. But you know, I just to be clean. So this soap, I like the smell. It has a very nice smell. And the stuff they don't carry no more. They went and sold it cheap so everybody bought it. They sold it for like $1.39, and they reduced the price to 99 cents. So now they say they run out of it. They manufacture it. Paradise Grease. They have other ones that, but those ones I don't like the smell. It's not as powerful enough. So they're trying to make me smell like doo-doo, and they're hiding stuff from me. They say some people turn down my smell out of the haters. So this is disgraceful. This is crazy. They're treating us like animals. We immigrants. They just want to scare us from coming back to America. You know, to leave and not come back. I know that, you know, and there's a black American woman. She's released a song like 2 years ago. She said, I hate this place. You know, she's older like me. She's like in her 40s. And she won a Grammy Award. She released a song when she was 40. I don't know how to sing the song anymore. You know, so, if this is, so I hate this place, I hate this place. And people will be shouting, I hate this place when they see me. So they're trying to deport immigrants like me by torturing me, by trying to make me smell like doo-doo, you know. So, you know, and they're hiding soaps and tissue from the bathroom. So please turn to my car shop and watch your man. Thank you. Or give me student loan. And people trying to bump their body into me and stuff. You know, like this gentleman said, you know, he heard the guy say, Buddhist culture, Buddhist culture. I was feeling it, and I didn't know the guy was following and watching me. You know, as I was entering the elevator, that's why I came back out. You know, so this is Times Square. This is Union Square Station. And it's around 10:24 a.m. right now, February 26th, 2026. So, Inspector General of the MTA, I don't know if you're also part of the mob that wants immigrants killed. I've been sending you videos and you're not responding back to me. You're interested in investigating the wrongs being done in the MTA, especially the night class platform. So please stop being members of the mob. Suppress immigrants as soon as stop. Don't turn this country to Hitler country, where Hitler killed 10 million foreigners in this country. Said it was trying to cleanse Germany of Jews and other foreigners and other people. So please stop it already, stop it already. The world is watching you.